Hi guys. Hi. How's everybody doing? Good. We don't all speak at once. Wow. Woo! It's the afternoon, isn't it?
I'm just gonna get things rolling for a minute.
Get it rolling, Brian.
Yeah.
Just get it rolling.
You know, we've missed you. I miss you. How surprised are you that Ward is back after all this time?
I think it's about time. If you ask me. You know, I feel like they called me like every week, just saying like, hey, can you come back on the show? Can you come back on the show? No, guys, I'm busy. And finally, I just got tired of saying no, and so I finally agreed to get back on the show. So yeah, I think it's about time. I think it's just really fun. We're in the framework now, so we can cool. We're in the framework now, so we can have alternate timelines that you wouldn't have in the real world. This is like, you know, this is like an alternate universe in comic books. It's like, what would Ward be if he made different choices along the way? My thought was like a baker, but it didn't go that way. Or like a dog trainer.
No wonder Sky looks so happy at the end there.
Yeah, exactly. But it's very, very cool. It's actually a way for, you know, for us to have the characters kind of one foot in the world that we know and one foot in the world that could have been but never was. So it's pretty exciting, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I'm gonna woo for myself. Don't worry about it. I'll woo for myself.
It's almost like Ward 4.0 with all the iterations.
Yeah, absolutely. Or Word 95. Like Windows 95. Some of you guys are too young to understand that reference. But there was a time when there was this thing called dial-up, and they would send you, AOL would send you CDs, giving you like 5 hours free.
I remember.
And then you'd have to say like, Mom, I'm on the internet! Stop trying to use the phone! And it was a lot of fun. Things were really convenient back then.
Before we open the floor, I know a lot of sites have mentioned you, that you would be perfect for Green Lantern, to play Green Lantern in the DCU. I've seen it.
A lot of online resources, like comic book resources, for instance. No, I didn't hear that. Is that right?
And I would also like to point out they haven't cast Nightwing for his feature film. How do you feel when your name gets thrown in the mix for those roles? And is there a hero, I know you're a comic book fan, is there a hero that you gravitate towards, or a villain?
Ooh, there was this guy who was on S.H.I.E.L.D. called Grant Ward.
Besides him.
Yeah, I thought he was great. Whose water is this? This is not my water. This was the person who was here before me. What celebrity was here before me?
Kevin Stewart on Big Bang Theory.
Kevin Stewart.
Kevin Sullivan.
Who's Kevin?
Stewart.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. I'll give it back to him. Where were we going?
We're talking about which heroes you would gravitate towards, as, you know, in the DCU or the MCU, or...
I've been surprised that my name's been on the list of quite a few things that I'm not sure if I would ever, like, legitimately get, but it's nice to know that people would consider me as, you know, worthy to don the cape, or the spandex, or whatever it may be. I think that I was on the list for, like, who would be a good Superman in Supergirl, who would be a good... Thank you for the smattering of applause. There was a couple of other ones that were like very flattering. The one that I'm really hoping for, that I'm really on board for, is Nathan Drake in Uncharted. Okay, that's better. I think not only do I look exactly like the guy, and by the way, Uncharted, I should be getting royalties, I feel like. Actually, I can give you the information later. But like, I think it'd be such a cool opportunity this guy's like such an adventurer and a swashbuckler and like just can do all of these really cool things. I hope that I've proved on this show that I'm coordinated enough to like do at least some of it convincingly. So I think that would just be so fun. And those games are just fun. They're impossibly fun. It's not necessarily about good guys and bad guys. It's about adventure. It's about good old adventure, you know? Good old-fashioned adventure. And when I was a kid, the Goonies came out. And for me, you know what I mean? That, to me, I still believe that there's an attic somewhere that if I were a kid, if I just would have explored, there was a treasure map there. I swear there was a treasure map there. And if only we had another friend knock over a big, like, water jug, we would have, like, found One-Eyed Willie. You know? That's my hope.
I was hoping they'd have a mic here, but I guess we're just going to have lineups at both sides here, I think, maybe? Or do you want to put your hands up, or how do you want to work that? All right, we'll put the hands up. So I know you were standing up, so I'm just going to go with you first then.
Hi, Brent.
Hi.
Welcome to Toronto.
Thank you.
So I was curious, when did you, as an actor, find out that there was a lot more to Grant than was perceived? Like, did you know from the beginning, or did you find out basically when we did?
Not too far in advance of when you did. Yeah. That's just kind of the nature of the TV. I think that the actors are kind of the last people to know about some of these big things. So, yeah, I went to work thinking, hey, this is pretty much the character I'm going to be playing for the next season. And they're like, yeah, no. He's actually a spy, and you actually, have to take kind of a left turn. And I was like, okay, cool, this evil war thing is kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to be playing this for a season. And they're like, yeah, no. Cole's going to kill you on a planet, and like, you're going to be this alien guy who like kind of looks like he just came out from the Matrix. And he monologues a lot, and crosses his arms and looks out windows a lot. And that's who you're going to be playing for a while. And then I get another phone call that's like, yeah, so you're back on the show, and this is something completely different. So it's you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen at work. So yeah, cool.
You in the second row, I know you had. Yes.
Me?
No, the second row. Yeah.
Hi. Where is it? I'm about trying to ask the same question I did at ComiCon, but you didn't answer. What's the word?
You think I'm gonna answer it now?
Second time around.
This is snowball tossing into hell kind of question.
Okay. Like where this is headed.
If anything, have you learned working on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D?
Where the camera is. How to find my light, how to find my mark. Why did I dodge that question before? That's the easiest question in the world.
It's basically Clark hamming it up. Is why they went down the line.
That's why I haven't answered a lot of questions, by the way. Thank you, Clark. Hamming it up. Other people are trying to answer hard-hitting questions like this. What have you learned on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in your 3 years? And because of Clark's shenanigans, I wasn't able to answer that question. So thank you for coming back years later and answering that. I hope that I've done a good job of bringing that back. Thanks, but no thanks, Clark. I'll let you pick. I don't want to be responsible for not choosing the people. This is all on you. By the way, Brian, this is Brian, Comic Book Resources. I'll give you his contact information afterward. If you're not picked, not my fault.
Go ahead.
So my question obviously is going to be Until Dawn, because I always ask you one.
She's writing a thesis, by the way. She interviewed me for a master's. I'm part of this video game called, I'm going to talk you up and make this awkward for you. Because it was their mistake for giving me a microphone. So you were writing a thesis. You were getting a master's now. In fact, you're getting a PhD. She interviewed me for Until Dawn, and I blabbed and talked about myself for
about 43 minutes.
43 minutes. Is that all? And anyway, yeah, so this question is going to be about Until Dawn.
So I've asked you a lot of really in-depth questions. This one's going to be hopefully really easy. I want to know if you could have been any other character in the game, which character you would have been besides Mike.
The Wendigo.
You say it turns into one.
Yeah, no, I don't get turned into one.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Or the wolf. Or that, like, no, that's stupid. Okay, you talking about actual character. I'm trying. That was a far reach.
The wolf was pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, one person thinks that's a cool answer. Awesome, thank you. Who's writing a PhD? Okay. Awesome, thank you. Very nice. Thank you for that. Yeah. Please don't put that in your research.
How about far over in the corner there?
So, if you were ever offered...
Oh, crown fell off. Oh, you can be thrown.
That's the end of the question.
If you were ever offered the role to play a Disney prince, would you? And who's your favorite Disney princess?
I was born for the role of a Disney princess. The answer is, where do I sign? Favorite Disney princess? Probably Ariel. Yeah. That's all, I mean, yes. I don't want to say anything more because I feel like it's going to be, I'm just going to leave it there. To get me into trouble. Ariel, she's got a nice voice.
How about you over here? Yes.
Who is your favorite Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. cast member and who is your least favorite?
So let me answer the first part. You know I can't answer that. No, because Clark, as you know, it would get his feelings hurt. And, I actually really like Clark, so this is not against Clark. My favorite cast member, I honestly love them all. This is gonna seem like a cop-out, but I don't know. I mean, Ian is like my best friend. He comes over a lot, and he really loves hanging out with Sylvia, and so they're like best friends, which is kind of cool actually. And he like saves her artwork and like all that. Like they're like really buddies. So that's kind of cool. But I enjoy like working with everybody. I guess just him and I hang out the most socially. So yeah. Oh, and Simon. I really like Simon as well. I mean, I guess he's not part of the original cast, but like Simon and I are like really good buds too. And we just did a movie, shameless self-promotion, called Trust No One, which is crowdfunded, I'm sure, by some of you lovely people in this audience. Don't all scream at once. Yeah, I don't know if you guys all contributed, but it's like, yeah, I've heard of Simon. Anyway, it is a very cool, like 15-minute short action film, which is kind of a proof of concept for something larger that I hope gets made. But I think this would like give Jason Bourne a run for his money. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. It has no business being this good for the small budget that we had, but it is very good. I'm not talking about like performances are great too. We also had like a stupid amount of equipment that we shouldn't have had, and the sound guys from S.H.I.E.L.D. helped us out, and like, you know, we had a lot of help along the way. So it's very, very cool, and I get to play a baddie. Simon just posted a picture of it, actually. I got tattoos and stuff like that, and slicked back hair and stuff, and it's actually it's quite cool. It's quite cool. Yeah. You think Ward and Hive are bad? Okay.
You with the Captain America shield.
Hello, Brett. I think, yeah, you were at Humber. I asked you questions there.
Oh, jeez.
People follow you around.
Yeah, what are all these like callbacks? Like, you didn't answer my question back then either, Brett.
Next.
You didn't answer my question, actually.
Oh.
All right, well, since that we know that Ward's coming back in Agents of Hydra.
Spoiler alert, dude. I'm just kidding. I don't know, I just want to say that.
Can we expect to see like an alternate spin-off series like Agents of Hydra with more Ward in it?
Are you writing one?
If you'll be in it, sure.
Sure, absolutely. Just run it through ABC. That's a good question, and that's always a possibility, I think, if they want to take it that way, for sure.
Is there anyone
I still didn't answer your question, dude. I don't know how to answer that. No, I mean, sure, spin-off would be fun. I would do it, but I don't know. I think this is a framework thing. I think what's so fun about the framework is that it's not real life. It is people who are plugged into a virtual reality simulation. So we can do stuff in there. I think that, they listen. Like the writers and producers and stuff are listening, and it's a way for them to sort of, go back and change just a few things along the way. And I think it's exciting, and I think fans in particular are going to love it. They're not unaware of what the fans want, and I think this is an opportunity for them to give them that. So I hope that you guys will enjoy it. Cool. Yeah.
Is there anyone in here who hasn't asked them a question before? Any other times? In the back? Yeah.
First timers.
Yeah, first timers.
Out of all the characters you portrayed on S.H.I.E.L.D., which was your favorite portray?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they're all just kind of different versions, I guess, of Ward. I guess you could say that they're kind of different and stuff. I liked the guy in the pilot. Yeah, I mean, he had like wisecracking lines and stuff like that. So, what does Hydra, what does S.H.I.E.L.D. stand for? Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement Logistics Division. Yeah, but what does it stand for? I don't know. It's just like, somebody really wanted the our initials to spell out S.H.I.E.L.D. Like he had a ton of.
Say that 5 times fast.
It was, I like that character. He seemed to kind of have like a Indiana Jones quality to him. He lost a little bit of, I think, as the season 1 continued. And so I liked where he started out. I thought it was, he just had a little bit more of a sense of humor. And I thought it was fun. But then again, I don't know, one of my favorite moments on set was when they allowed me to try and turn on the holocom table. It's just like they just kept the camera running, and I was just making a whole bunch of bits about stuff, and I just kept doing it. They just kept rolling the camera, and it was very, very fun. That's the kind of humor that I really enjoy in real life anyway, and it does not move the plot forward in any way. And they left it in, and they let me have that. So that was a real gift. And so I guess what I'm saying is I liked when Ward got to be funny and had the lighter sides, and it very seldom happened. But when it did, it made me personally very, very happy. I think I'm kind of a goofy guy in real life, and so it was kind of fun to sort of try and just inject it every once in a while. Every once in a while, I would get away with it. Yeah.
How about you here? Yeah.
Do you think that Ward would turn over in his grave if he learned there were more Koenig than just Sam, Billy, and Eric?
Turn over in his grave. I don't know if he would turn over in his grave. I think he would have some funny one-liner or something about that. I thought that'd be a funnier response. Just wasn't. And I'm just gonna sit here in awkwardness.
How about at the very back? Oh, you, yeah.
Hi. I was really impressed. I read your interview after you thought that you were finally goodbye from S.H.I.E.L.D.
And comic book resources.
And he said the word impressed. This is possibly the best question so far. You complimented us both, so thank you. Do not take a turn for the worse.
Relax, I'm not as witty as you to make it go off. But I just want to say, the way you presented it was very nice. It helped me out in between my own jobs. But you said, I'm really grateful for the opportunity. You said, I'm always a little scary because I'm trying for different things. But it really touched me. Just seeing how you're saying, say goodbye to Ward. I don't know why next project is. assignment that I had, and I thought that was really beautiful. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I will applaud that. See, somebody does read those articles.
Wow.
Makes us both feel nice.
Go ahead.
Hi, Brett. When the Dub Smash battle was going on between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter,
I know, I'm rolling my eyes too.
did you get a chance to meet Haley, and did you want to get more involved with the battle? Really excited.
Not particularly. No, that was as much as involved as I wanted to get, I think. I know Haley very well. We're on this ComiCon circuit all the time, and I moderated one of her panels just randomly. And so it was fun. I mean, she's great. There was a while when she's also brilliant on social media, and I don't know how she does that. I don't think I've ever seen her without the phone. It's always, she's very good at that. And so it was kind of fun to be involved in that. Yeah, I was just kind of there along for the ride. She was like, hey, what would be a funny thing? I don't know, maybe this. Okay, let's do it. And then she kind of did it all, and I was sort of along for the ride. So that's as involved as I wanted to get. And I feel like, Dub Smash.
How about Harley Quinn?
What has been your favorite plot theme or episode to do?
Let's see. Plot theme? What's a plot theme?
Storyline.
Oh. Yeah. Let's see. I got some least favorites that are coming up. Yeah, it was, I still like that episode Tracks, which was in season 1, episode 13, which was when I tried to turn on the holocom table, but like that's not why I liked it. It was a train episode, and it moved that way. And I think it was one of the first times on our show that we told the setup as a series of flashbacks, rather than, okay guys, here's what we're gonna do. It was like, it was told in flashbacks and voiceover. We got into the action a lot quicker. The whole thing moved like a train. And I thought that it was just so cool. I feel like when we found the show in a different way, for me. So that was good. I also liked the first couple of episodes of season 3, where Ward is heartbroken and on Bender, and trying to get the team back together, and like he's gonna take down I was gonna say Clark. Coulson. And, yeah, he's gonna take down Coulson, and he has this group of misfits. And it's kind of like Project Mayhem in Fight Club. I mean, he has all of the other people that everyone else has rejected. So he's an equal opportunity employer. And I got to do all of this really cool stuff. And it was, I think about, it was just fun. He seemed really focused and really dangerous. And I really enjoyed that. I think episode 9 in season 3 was also one of my favorites. The one that starts with me like assassinating Rosalind. Just because it's just always plotting for assassination. I don't know. But it was just a lot of fun to play that because he was just so unapologetically bad. It was a lot of fun to play.
How challenging is it doing some of the physical roles, like physical beats? You had that big fight with Bobby, you had a big fight with May in season 1. You weren't really, you didn't have a lot of fight scenes before the show.
I was wondering where that was going.
Yeah.
You didn't, how do I say this? You weren't coordinating? You had no, how do I say this? Training? Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for bringing that up. I think that there was a certain amount of I think it's what was expected of this character in order to play him convincingly. It's not like, Marvel's Agents of Average. But they had to be really good at what they did. And this was a specialist, and so he had to have all of these skills, and I had to play them convincingly. And, for the first season, I was responsible for a lot of the action. And then May would swoop in and do like one cool kick. Or like you wouldn't even see her action. There would just be like, you hear the thud in the body, and then she'd be standing over it. And she gets all the cool poses and stuff. I just been getting my butt kicked over there, and I got all those scars, and breathing heavy, and like, never thanked. Just always like saving David in the background, and never doing the cool hero poses. So yeah, it was hard. It was hard to see other people do the cool poses. Those fights, though, I think were expected, and I think that we all started from a certain place, and I think that by the end, you just have so much experience doing it that even if you didn't start with that experience, you have enough like physicality to sort of translate that. And so you have less and less rehearsal time, but you need less and less rehearsal time. And the fights can get bigger. You can trust more. You trust your body more. You also trust the other actor as well. And fighting for the camera is its own thing. You can train for it. There are certain things, but it's not just. If you train for boxing or something, that is technically how you throw a punch. But also, if the camera angle's at a certain area, you actually have to overextend or modify the trajectory of your punch in order for it to read as a punch. So it could be technically sound in real life, but it doesn't look very good on camera. So it really is its own thing. And so all you're doing is just that specific thing. So you get quite good, I think, by the end. Whether you want to or not. I mean, you just do. Yeah.
Well, you did it very well.
Thank you. Even though you didn't have training. Coordination.
Over there. Yes, you in the room. Yes.
So you said that you really, really liked season 1 forward, like right at the beginning where you sort of.
Yeah, it was fun. Those fun moments, those like just little bits of funny moments before he turned,
I
bearded
love
Ward.
Ward as a villain. He was an excellent villain.
Thank you.
Well played. But where would if this whole Hydra thing,
I knew there was
Captain
a
America, where would you have wanted Ward to be?
Alive. She's gonna come back in 3 years and say, "You didn't really answer my question."
You had your hand up. Go ahead.
So after you learned about Ward being a Hydra agent, how did that change how you approached playing him?
Well, they gave me a different jacket. And they said, "You don't have to shave anymore." Yeah. I started listening to like different music. I don't know if that helped, but like different music and yeah, like he's just coming from a different place. I think before, like he didn't play well with others, and there was hints of like his past and all of that stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting thing because you only have enough. It's like driving at night. Like you can only respond to what's visible in the sphere of what your headlights are illuminating. That's it. You can't see the rest of the road. So you're making decisions based on that. Cool. But then further on up, you realize, oh, if I would have known there was that way up ahead, I would have taken a turn way over there. You don't have that luxury though. And so, you're making decisions based on the information as they are making decisions, the writers. I feel like this is getting confusing. You do your best. You adjust along the way. So I feel like I had a weekend to think about it. They let me know on a Friday about what was happening. And then we had to go back, and I think, we shot like on maybe it was like Tuesday or something. I don't think it was like Monday, but it was like I had very few days to turn around and sort of do this. And they were all on set because they want this to succeed as much as I want it to succeed, and it's a big shift, and that big shift has to be kind of representative of what happened in Winter Soldier. So there's kind of, you know, millions of dollars resting on this thing working. So so it was a big plot point that changed the whole show that they needed to work. And they found the right guy to do it. And when he gets here, you guys are going to
know. Have it in the back here. With the hat, yep.
Okay. Hi again, Brett.
Hello.
Okay, so we're just trying to figure out what's your favorite part of Toronto so far, since you know what you've called Timmy's Horton isn't your thing.
I don't know why you had to bring that up. You come in here and you ate half the panel. Spring that on everyone. They were just starting to like me. And you're like, oh yeah, hey, remember when you said Timmy Hortons? The fans. That's what I like most about it. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice save.
How about yes?
Hello, Brent. I was wondering what got you into acting?
I wanted to pad my resume for college. That's it. Yeah, no, seriously. So I'm not making this up. Like, I really did just want to look good on paper for getting into college. And I was like, oh, Spanish club, cool, sign up for that. Art club, great, that'll be good. And then they were doing a play, and it was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And I guess I thought about it the year before, maybe, but they were doing The Wiz, and I didn't know how to sing, and I was like, oh, that's a little intimidating for your first play, like, I don't know. And then they were doing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I was like, that's cool, like, you know. So, I don't know. And I'd seen the movie as well, and you know, it's about crazies, and it has Jack Nicholson in it. I mean, it's, you know, it's fantastic. So I thought that this was the play for me. So I auditioned it, and just, I fell in love with it in like the auditioning process of it all. You know, just a whole bunch of goofballs. And for a while, I think I was sort of rejecting the idea that I was one of these theater guys. And then I just, I don't know, pretty quickly embraced it. I was like, oh wow, the whole like room full of weirdos. Awesome. This is exactly where I need to be. And it was great. And ever since then, I've sort of been embracing it. But it's awesome. I discovered it really late. I guess I was 17, 18. But as soon as I did, I knew that it was exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So here I am. Yeah.
Cool. You on the end there? Yep. Behind the, yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Two questions, if that's all right with you.
Sure, no problem. But Batman, I will say that Joker's right in front of you. Literally. Right in front of you. I mean, maybe you guys have like kissed and made up. This is the DC universe, so like, not for me to judge. But like, last time I checked, you guys had a kind of a thing.
You've got the staples on Chase, and I think the staples on Chase is after.
Oh, snap! Wow, you just been cosplayed. Snap! It was because of the Timmy Hortons comment. Came back. Carmichael. Dang. Glad I was here to witness that. Man, in front of all these people too. Halfway through the panel. I like that costume though. I think it's very cool. Yeah.
So that's the question?
We're not going to get to the question. It doesn't matter. It's about the experience, not the destination, guys. This is all about the setup of the question, not the question itself.
You mentioned tracks before. That was the episode that they just scanned on.
Yes, he did. Not at all. I did not get a chance to meet with him. He was on and off set, I think, in a matter of 45 minutes. Yeah, and I was not there. Or I was there that day, but my call time wasn't until afterward. I mean, with like big stars, it's often kind of only the people that need to be there are there, because otherwise it'd be like, oh, what's that? This Samuel L. Jackson, hey man, I just wanted to tell you were great, and he's never going to get to shooting. And it's going to be because us, his fellow co-stars, are going to be like, hey man. We all sound like that, by the way. Whenever we see like a famous person, it's like, hey man, I just wanted to tell you. So anyway, I wish I got a chance to meet him there, but I have since got to meet him at these ComiCons. And my God, I mean, he's, how old is he? Do we know the actual?
95.
95? It's like you're joking. It's like it can't be real. He goes to these things like every weekend. I think he's just this year started to sort of, or was it just last year, started to kind of taper off. But like, okay, at 94, he started to like not do as many, but he's got an empire. He doesn't need to do this with his weekends. But he is, and I think that means that he is all about the fans, and he's just excited about what he's created as we are. So it's pretty amazing. So I have got to meet him since then, and he lives up to it, man. Where's the hype? Another 95 and 94 more. 95.
So second question, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. cast and the cast of Supergirl, like I think there's like a bit of a friendship going. Like I've seen pictures with Clark, Chloe, and Alyssa, or Coulson, like in Supergirl. And I remember Jane's actress, she was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then she did get the role in Supergirl. Like if you had the chance, would you want to be on a DC show, like whether as a new character or ever was Marvel? Like that?
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? That'd be awesome. Again, can't we all just get along? We're all trying to fight the bad guys. That would be awesome. I think that there was a bit of a collaboration. I think because of a Dub Smash thing. Shout out to Dub Smash or something like that. So yeah, that was fun, and I think that I think we are all very happy that we are working. We have this fan base that we get to play in front of these giant green screens, and a whole bunch of cool stuff happens. It's just very fun, and so that's what they're doing on their show as well. And I think there's just instantly a camaraderie. I would love to do a crossover thing. I don't know when and where that would ever happen, but we can brainstorm afterward. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I mean, count me in. Yeah, especially if you're writing. Get to it, man. Yeah.
You in the end here? Yes.
Seeing as you had like the first and the second laugh by killing off Han and Price, and then Coulson had the next laugh by crushing the chest. Since Lincoln kind of interjected his laugh, who do you think might have the last laugh?
Who are you cosplaying?
Black Butler. So a cook who can't cook, but he's an American soldier.
Okay. I thought it was like.
I also cosplay as Coulson, so hate on me if you want.
No. Coulson's fine. I guess. It's fine. He's fine. I'm just kidding. Who do you think we get the last laugh? The writers?
This is you. Yes.
He's going to be back in 3 years too. Didn't actually
Study all
answer.
his face.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Brad. My questions are, there's two questions.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard about the game Marvel Heroes. character Ward will be actually playable?
Good question. They got a Twitter account. We had them. No, there was an opportunity for us to do a thing. We were going to, but
They did a Quake.
I know. Oh, I know. No, I think this was around the time that there was a transition into Hive, and then I was only Hive for a few episodes, and then, you know, we all know what happened. So I think that would be a great idea, especially now that he's back. But I don't know. I don't have the power to do that.
My second question.
It's a yes from me.
When is Ward gonna have like a comic series?
He is in the comics. He doesn't have his own comic series, but he is in the comics. I think the first time you saw him, he's wearing an Iron Man suit. For instance. Yeah, that'd be cool, right? That'd be cool. I can get on that. I can get on that. I have, actually, I've been sketching some stuff on some napkins, which I think would be really... I'm just kidding.
We were playing hand-in-hand before.
What?
We were playing hand-in-hand.
Yeah. It's kind of basic stuff, more like stick figure stuff. Like, if you flip it like, fast enough, it kind of looks like animation. It's cool. It's cool. My daughter really loves it. She's 5. So, you know, it'll probably be really successful. So there's an audience for it.
How about you way over there?
Hi. This is probably going to be a bit late, but I was just wondering 2 things. Are you on Team Batman or Superman? And are you on Team Cat or Team Iron Man?
Team Wonder Woman. And Team Cat.
I was just wondering, out of all the movies and all the new TV series like Iron Fist just came out and such like that, which is actually your favorite out of all of them?
Currently playing right now, or?
Well, it can be any of the old movies. It can be anything like Agents of what was it? Winter Soldier was probably the most impactful for you. But like, which one do you actually enjoy the most, other than Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D?
Yeah, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was
pretty important. Pretty important.
There was this character in there.
He looked like you.
Yeah. Really handsome guy.
By the way, season 1 is airing on TV right now in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights? What time?
10. 9 and 10. They have double back-to-back episodes.
Wow.
Royalties.
So I really loved Guardians of the Galaxy. It was, I think, the funniest movie that they have done, and it's unlike anything else. It had its own soundtrack, it had its own color palette, it had its own, like, these were just the weirdest ragtag group of, like, people that nobody ever heard of. And I think they used that to their advantage because nobody had seen or heard these characters. I mean, of course, like, hardcore fans, but, like, nobody really knew. And so they got to really reinvent them, and they made them just so funny and charming, and God, it just worked. It just worked. And I even thought the parts that I think it was supposed to be beautiful, but it was, you know, it's interplanetary, like blowing up stuff. But then all of a sudden Groot does this thing, and there's all these like stars, and I'm like, whoa, that really got me, man. So I think that they did a great job with that. I'm also like digging Legion right now. It's unlike anything else. I love the way they're telling the story. I think that this genre that Marvel, I think, has perfected is now being told in, people are sort of changing up the formula a bit to great effect. And Legion, I think, is doing it in an incredible way. I think just watching it, you kind of feel almost like he does. There's a lot of flashbacks and a lot of like, wait, did I miss something? Who's that weird guy? A lot of layered stuff, and like, you kind of feel confused a little bit all the time. And it's beautiful, but you have to really pay attention and sort of lean in. And I think that that's all deliberate. And so that's a different way of telling an origin story. And I don't know, I'm just so, gosh, it's awesome. It's so good. Yeah.
We have time for 2 more questions.
What?
I know, they gave me the time.
I'll give you the contact information on my resources.
Behind the bunny ears here.
Did the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. team know going in, or can you describe the feeling on set when you found out the movie universe was going to destroy S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah. Bit of a big blow. Not exactly what we anticipated. We're like, hey, cool, we did like an advanced screening of, this is the first movie I think that came out since we were on air. And we're like, man, this is awesome, like advanced screening, like, whoa, you guys do red carpets, right? Like, this is incredible, wow, Winter Soldier, oh, the real stars, there they are. And so that was really cool. And then, yeah, and then we watched it and we were like, like, you guys picked up a show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then you destroyed the show. You destroyed that organization. We still have more episodes to shoot. And so, yeah, the writers had to really adjust in the way that in which we were able to tell that story without their budget and without that time. We were able to tell it in a small, more contained, sort of intimate setting. And so this guy that you thought you knew, what actually, was a turncoat. And so that's how we were able to tell a story. We were able to tell it kind of in a microcosm. And I think that because of that, we were able to go deeper into less characters, and people were able to maybe get more attached to them. And so this guy that some people thought, was a little on the boring side, suddenly became, okay, you didn't have to laugh. I guess you agree. I did my best. No, but this guy that was, a little, not as three-dimensional, let's say, as he became, suddenly became like one of the most interesting characters in the show, just kind of overnight with that one shift. So, yeah. So it was a big shift, and we had to adjust.
So last question.
Oh, geez.
I know.
This better be a good one.
So in the back, we'll do the one in the back. Yes.
Last question, thanks. I was actually wondering.
It's Spider-Man, everybody.
Hey guys.
It's pretty obvious, though, isn't it?
I said that earlier.
I know, it's just a good joke.
So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was your first big show break. So when you got the call, what did you do?
Pump my fist. I was in a cab when I found out in New York. Yeah, I was just really excited. You're right. It was a very big break, and there was like 2 series of callbacks, and I knew that I was getting close. I knew that they were interested, but you never have a yes until you have a yes. And even then, I was like, okay, but is this real life? Until I stepped foot on set, is this real? But it was, as it turned out. I was very, very, very excited. This was my big break, and this was, such a huge opportunity. Joss was helming it, and I got to shoot this cool pilot. I got to spend Valentine's Day with Joss in Paris, which is cool. And even for the callback, actually, he wrote a scene that the producers wanted to see a certain aspect or color. And so, not every day that Joss is writing a scene specifically so that you can get this part. So it was pretty incredible, that whole thing. I was very, very, very excited. I'm sure that the cab driver thought that I was probably going crazy. On that note, you guys have been wonderful. Go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say, thank you so much for coming today and answering everyone's question. Let's give a big round of applause.